Did an IndiGo flight really run out of fuel while flying thousands of feet above the ground? Today, we're diving into one of the most shocking headlines to hit Indian aviation in recent years. What exactly happened? Who's at fault? And could this have ended in disaster? Let's find out. Passengers aboard an IndiGo domestic flight were in for a terrifying surprise. Midway through the journey, the pilot sent out a distress call, known in aviation as a Mayday. Why? Because fuel levels had dropped below the minimum required to complete the journey safely. This wasn't turbulence or a technical snag. This was fuel, the most critical resource for any flight. According to reports, the aircraft had less than the minimum diversion fuel, forcing the pilots to declare an emergency. They landed safely, yes, but the real question is, how did it even come to this? To understand how serious this is, we need to talk about minimum fuel. Every commercial aircraft must carry not just enough fuel to get from point A to point B, but also extra fuel for emergencies, like bad weather, delays, or diversions to another airport. This includes trip fuel, alternate fuel, final reserve fuel, contingency fuel. Running low on fuel doesn't mean a plane is about to fall out of the sky. But when you dip into your reserve fuel and no longer have options left, that's when it becomes dangerous. And that's exactly what happened in this case. As news of the incident broke, outrage spread across social media and in the aviation community. How can one of India's most reputed airlines allow this to happen? The Directorate General of Civil Aviation, or DGCA, immediately launched an investigation. According to early findings, the flight crew may have underestimated fuel needs, or ground handling may have been flawed. Was it human error? A system failure? Or both? IndiGo released a statement saying, "Safety is our top priority, and we are cooperating fully with the investigation." But that didn't stop questions from piling up. Let's get one thing straight. Running out of fuel mid-air is extremely rare, and aviation rules are designed to prevent it from ever happening. In the past, fuel emergencies have led to serious accidents, like the tragic crash of Aviation Flight 52 in 1990. That plane ran out of fuel after holding in a traffic jam of airliners over New York, and 73 people lost their lives. Now, thankfully, IndiGo's flight didn't end like that. The pilots acted swiftly, declared an emergency, and landed safely. That decision may have saved lives, but it's still a serious breach of safety protocol. Pilots undergo rigorous training for these scenarios. They don't just fly the plane, they manage fuel, weather, air traffic, and potential diversions, all while keeping passengers calm. In this case, the crew followed emergency protocol. But the spotlight is now on what happened before takeoff. Was the fuel miscalculated during pre-flight checks? Was there a last-minute change in flight routing that wasn't accounted for? Or did someone simply forget to top up? These are the details the investigation is working to uncover. India's aviation sector is one of the fastest growing in the world, but growth often comes with pressure on pilots, crew, and ground staff. And yes, fuel emergencies have occurred before, even among well-known carriers. But let's be clear, this is not normal. Such incidents are red flags that demand immediate attention and accountability. Because in aviation, there are no small mistakes. Everything is a chain reaction, and one weak link can bring down the whole system. The DGCA will likely take corrective action after the investigation. This could include fines, suspension of crew members, mandatory retraining, stricter fuel protocols. For IndiGo, this is more than a PR crisis. It's a wake-up call. Passenger trust is hard to earn and easy to lose. For flyers, this incident is unsettling. But remember, commercial aviation is still the safest form of travel. Events like these are rare and usually lead to better safety reforms. So did an IndiGo plane run out of fuel mid-air? Not completely, but it came dangerously close. And that's close enough to raise serious questions about planning, responsibility, and safety. What do you think? Should the airline be held more accountable? Or is this just an isolated case in a complex industry? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this breakdown useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more aviation insights. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.